Christians are one of the most persecuted religious groups in the world today. Despite being a dominant faith in many countries, they face significant challenges and hostility in various societies. The reasons behind this persecution are complex and multifaceted, involving historical, cultural, and ideological factors. One of the primary reasons for Christian persecution is the growing secularization of society. As the world becomes increasingly secular, there is a tendency to push Christianity and other religious beliefs to the margins. This has led to a decline in religious freedom and an increase in hostility towards Christians. Many secularists view Christianity as outdated and oppressive, and therefore see it as a threat to their values and way of life. This has resulted in Christians facing discrimination and persecution in various forms, including loss of jobs, denial of services, and even physical violence. Another reason for Christian persecution is the rise of radical ideologies. In many parts of the world, extremist groups have emerged that are hostile to Christianity and seek to eradicate it. These groups often use violent means to achieve their goals, including bombings, shootings, and beheadings. For example, in the Middle East, Christian communities have been targeted by groups such as ISIS, which has sought to destroy all non-Muslim influences in the region. Similarly, in Africa, Christians have been attacked by groups such as Boko Haram, which has sought to establish an Islamic caliphate. In addition to these factors, Christians also face persecution due to their moral and social teachings. Many Christians hold traditional views on issues such as abortion, same-sex marriage, and family values, which are increasingly at odds with the prevailing secular culture. This has led to Christians being labeled as intolerant and bigoted and facing ridicule and ostracism from society. For example, in the United States, Christian bakers and florists have been sued for refusing to provide services for same-sex weddings, despite their deeply held convictions. Similarly, in Europe, Christians have faced prosecution for speaking out against abortion and other moral issues. The media also plays a significant role in perpetuating Christian persecution. The media often portrays Christians in a negative light, depicting them as intolerant and extreme. This negative portrayal can contribute to a climate of hostility and fear, in which Christians are seen as a threat to society. Furthermore, the media often gives disproportionate attention to Christian extremism while ignoring the persecution of Christians. For example, when a Christian extremist carries out an attack, it is often front-page news, while the killing of Christians by extremist groups is frequently ignored. Moreover, Christians are often persecuted in their workplaces and educational institutions. Many Christians face discrimination and marginalization in the workplace, with some being forced to choose between their job and their faith. For instance, a Christian nurse may be forced to participate in an abortion procedure, despite their deeply held convictions. Similarly, Christian students may face ridicule and ostracism from their peers and professors, making it difficult for them to express their faith openly. In conclusion, Christian persecution is a complex and multifaceted issue that involves historical, cultural, and ideological factors. The growing secularization of society, the rise of radical ideologies, and the negative portrayal of Christians in the media all contribute to a climate of hostility and fear. Christians face significant challenges and persecution in various forms, including loss of jobs, denial of services, and physical violence. It is essential that society recognizes the importance of religious freedom and begins to address the root causes of Christian persecution. By promoting tolerance, understanding, and respect for all faiths, we can create a more inclusive and welcoming society for Christians and people of all religious backgrounds. Ultimately, it is only by acknowledging and addressing the reasons behind Christian persecution that we can hope to create a world where Christians can practice their faith without fear of reprisal or persecution.